Evan, it was great to have you back on the hill with us. Here's one of your runs from today, this afternoon. All right, some good skiing there. As I was telling you, we really got to be a little more committed on that first turn. Here we're kind of feathering that first turn right here, right? So you came in here. We could have just been rolling it up more and arcing out a bit, bringing a little more turn shape back to the pole. You kind of just flattened them out, went straight, all flat skis, and had to sort of engage below and skid a little bit below. So even that first turn, we really got to commit to the outside ski, roll up the ski on edge, pressure it. Number two, we were mentioning we need to really drive those hands forward past the gate. You tend to have them just sort of in a low position, kind of back on your side, like hanging down a little bit right there. Hard to see, but inside hand just sort of drop down. Let's make sure we're driving them past the gate. All right, again, inside hand just sort of dropping down. We talked about need to move forward, not up in the transition, and you tend to sometimes get a little tall in the transition, right? We'll move our hips forward. Get our hips up over the boots at the top for the top of the next turn, but without really standing up tall. So sometimes we kind of pop up a little bit and stand too tall. That one was better. Then we got hips up, a little tall, but it's not all the time. But let's just remember we don't really want to be standing up too tall like that in the transition. Hips forward, move forward, not up in the transition. We talked about line and, how you want to start that turn in the rise line. Rise line, that imaginary line drawn straight up from the gate. So you want to intersect rise line still with our skis pointing out and away from the panel, which you are right there. You're out that way, allowing you to bring turn shape back. And you did a good job there, right? So, when it's steep and offset, we need to make sure we have most of our turn above the gate. And as you get down to the flatter section, we call it, we can drop our apex. Apex is sort of the belly of the turn. We can drop our apex to the panel. So more, half the turns above, half the turns below. Again, good use of rise line. You're patient. You got out to rise line, still with your skis pointing out and away from the pole to allow you to bring turn shape back to the pole. This one we kind of started a little too early. You didn't really wait for rise line drawn straight up from that blue panel. You really did not wait for it. So your skis, when you got to rise line, were already pointing more down the hill. Because if you look at it right here, you wouldn't really, if you're going to continue to arc and press the downhill ski, outside ski, you'd probably crash into the panel. So you had to go kind of lay off it a bit, kind of go straight without turning. Get yourself by the panel a little bit, and then engage. And although it was nice angles, it was really heavy down below. It was, a lot of edge angle and just not as fast. So better there, but again, dropping that inside hand. Let's raise inside hand, raise inside shoulder, so we're nice and level. But overall, some good skiing today. So again, in gates, we're going to drive the arms forward, drive the hands forward past each panel. We're going to make sure we're not popping up too tall in transition. Move forward, not up. And we're going to be patient. We're going to get out to rise line, start our turn there so we can bring turn shape back. right? So we're, on steep sections where we want our pass the gate with direction done and most of our turn above, flatter sections, we can drop the apex or drop the belly of the turn down to the panel. But great job, and looking forward to tomorrow.